Board.
Yeah, it's weird.
All right, we're
Ready?
streaming, and let me get the recording.
All right. Over here. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Okay, we're recording.
All right, we'll call the July 20th Howard County Stormwater District Board meeting to order. Starting out here, we need to approve meeting from the July 2nd, 2026 meeting.
Who moved?
Sign the.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those are approved. We'll sign the minutes from the April 26th meeting also. They should be getting, yeah, they're getting.
Coming down.
They're coming around. All righty. We're getting those signed. Any old business? Bring up.
Don't have any.
Any? How many new business? No new business?
Nope.
Move into administration.
All right, so let's talk about the Howard County Stormwater Capital Management Fund.
Alrighty.
I thought we had a very good meeting last week, I think that was, or 2 weeks ago. We have funded that fund. BCS has started their stuff.
Okay.
They had a bunch of contractors out getting quotes last week. I haven't heard
Good.
when the contractors will be able to start, but the goal was getting the quotes and selecting a fence provider
Right.
and a vegetation removal company. I know both of those got taken care of on Thursday last week, but I don't know if they've opened them yet or not, or when that comes back in. We have a meeting tomorrow with the Ready Grant folks to make sure we're meeting their requirements so that we can get that $200,000 in play. That is a reimbursable grant, so therefore we have to spend the money and then they reimburse us. So another invoice I'll make sure we get done as we push through that. Is there any questions on the fund itself or how that went?
No, I think that the town hall went really well. The only people have a hard time understanding why Devon Woods is Taylor Township. I don't know how we could explain that better. I'm not saying you didn't explain it well.
Taylor Sewer District.
Say, Taylor, they don't understand how Devon Woods is falling under Taylor Sewer District, because they look at it like a school district.
Right. What
They
I
don't
think-
understand, well,
It's-
how are we Taylor?
It's the naming, and I think we can fix that if we want to talk to the Taylor Regional Sewer District about renaming the district to the Howard County Sewer District. And then there will be no more misunderstanding, is that it's a county-wide sewer district. They're an extension of Howard County government dealing with sewer across the whole county. And we just move forward that way. But I don't know what that would take to get the name changed. I was going to talk to Lana about that.
And it's not a huge deal.
It's not a huge
But people
problem.
just say, well, I don't understand how we're fault.
Why are we going to ship our sewage all the way to Taylor? Well, you're not.
Not.
Yeah, they say stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think if we just change the name of the district to Howard County Sewer District, that it would probably solve a lot of that problem. So I'll look into what that would take. I don't know if they can do that just by asking IDEM to change the name, or if there's a process. I don't know.
Yep.
But yes, I agree with that.
That may solve a couple problems, actually. We're not gonna do this unless you pay debt, you know.
Right.
That may solve a couple.
Yeah. Anything else on the fund? And then I know that BCS is trying to get a company in to camera the lines to determine who's actually connected. Because they've had 2 or 3 people that we sent mailings to say, I'm connected, okay, but I don't know that I am. I've never gotten a bill. Well, I don't know if he is
A
or,
lot of people did.
yeah, I don't know if he is or not. So they're gonna have to sort that out, and that's gonna take a little bit. Main thing is get the plant secured, get it functioning and operational, and then we can come up with some more priority issues. All right, anything else on that?
No, sir.
So that's Devin Woods, and so the next item under admin is the budget. You should have a copy of the budget in your folder there. Budget's the same as last year. The only item that we added was the new fund, which is now 1195. So we still have the Kitty Run bond, we'll have 1195, and then the 1197 account is stormwater account. And I'd have to get my other folder, but I don't think I changed anything on this.
No, I think we kept it all
I think
the
it's
same.
all
yeah.
identical.
What's the timeline for Hayden becoming the,
December of 27 is when my clock will strike 0. So spring of 28 is when we will be appointing Hayden as the administrator. I would like to anyways. Or the end of 27, first of 28. Hayden's skipping out on doing the budget this year, though. Wussing out on me, he's gotta have his tonsils taken out.
Yeah, it's something I had scheduled a long time ago and didn't think to do it around the budget, so. I'll be tuning in, though, from the live stream.
They moved it up this year.
Nope.
Hmm?
29, Wednesday.
start at 8? Do you need anything from us, approval of this?
Normally, I don't know if we get approvals or not. I think we have done it both ways, because sometimes it will hit to where I can get it in front of you before the hearing, sometimes it doesn't. So if we want to, we can. If you're good with it, might as well, we're here.
All right.
Make a motion to accept the 2027 stormwater budget.
Motion and a second to accept the 2027 budget. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Okay.
Moving on to education outreach participation and involvement, MCM.
Gotcha. So, for this last quarter, I attended the Wabash River Fest, which is in Lafayette, promoting the Wildcat Creek. It's an event that I've partnered with the Guardians, going out there every year. They go out there and have a booth. So what I do is pass out some of our informational brochures about the Wildcat Creek, being that it is connected, into the Wabash there in Lafayette, and just try to bring both awareness to the Wildcat Creek, how it is such a great place for recreation, and that it's important that we take care of the creek. And so I was there setting up and there for the first few hours of that event, handing out brochures, talking to people, and then so that was a good event, I think. Lots of good interaction there. It's really jam-packed with a lot of people, so a good place for some of that public outreach stuff. Even though it's not here in town, I think it can help draw people to the community to see the Wildcat that we have, because all my stuff is focused on Kokomo. That's the only we also, we're continuing with our partnership with the YMCA, so we have our stream table over there. They've been utilizing it for their summer camp. I've gone in, sent some information to their camp leaders there, showing them how to use that table, how they can, integrate, basically teaching about watersheds to the kids there that's in that camp, and that's been going really well. I've gotten some great videos over there from the YMCA folks of the kids using this interactive table that we have. Yeah, so that's the update there on public education for the moment. That's all. We have the Wildcat Experience coming up here in September, so those plans have been in place.
What are those dates?
The dates, yes, that is a good question. Let me check really quick. It's the beginning of September on, I believe the 2nd and 3rd, but I just wanted to confirm really quick. Yes, the 2nd and 3rd of September. So we'd like to invite, any of you to go speak there. I know we had Jeff a couple years ago, Mr. Lipinski, come give an introduction there at that event, and that was great. So if any of you guys have any free time.
Might do it.
Yeah? Okay.
Time on that.
So we start that at about 9 a.m. is when the schools all get there, and we send them off to go to all of their stations. Yep, so that's what we have for public education. You want me to move on to illicit discharge?
go ahead.
Okay. So we still haven't been able to get in to do any more outfall screenings this quarter, mainly because of timing. So, we have to wait until 72 hours after any kind of rain event to go out there and get in the creek for samplings. And, the way it's turned out, we've had a lot of rain. I haven't been able to get out there, and I already can't do it on Fridays because I had to come in the next day to read the samples. So it gives me a pretty small window on days. And that's not even counting, the daily schedules that I have and stuff, meetings that I had to get to. So we are complete with our permit cycle. So with our permit cycle of every 5 years, we have to get to all of our receiving waters. We've already completed all of that for our permit cycle that we're on currently, so we are not behind. Of course, we do like to get in and take more samples than are required. So the next things that we have on the list would be getting to the reservoir and some portions of the Wildcat Creek, both east and west of Kokomo. Another update with the Dan Gamble drain dye testing investigation that we had started a couple years ago at this point. So Health Department told me that the last system got permitted, just waiting for it to go in the ground. The last system that needed to be replaced as a result of that dye testing investigation.
And that is the house on the corner that had the animals?
That is correct, yes.
So that is the problem house that's still waiting to get done.
But I've been told that they have been issued the permit. I believe it may have been the second one that they received and they didn't go with their original plans. But they're still moving forward, so, the health department is happy with the progress that they've seen. Of course, if that was to abruptly stop, then it would come to the enforcement section there. Any questions on that? Okay. With that, then, I can move on to construction, post-construction. So I'll go over our list here of the sites with active MS4 permits. That includes Timberfield Estates, the Western High School turf replacement, Greentown 230 substation expansion, the Promise Wedding Estates, Emerald Green Solar, Shamrock Storage Phase 3, Kokomo C-Store, Kokomo Oaks, and then the Helm Estate subdivision. And we're currently reviewing plans for Locomotive Solar. We're at the 30% plans now, so I expect to see something come through soon on that, right, Greg?
I think they're wanting to sit down and go through our red lines of the 30%. So
Okay.
they did hire an engineering firm for oversight. I thought they were going to hire Kimberly Horn that did Engie's, but they didn't. They hired somebody else. So I'm not sure what that's going to do to us yet. I was really hoping they were going to take on Kimberly Horn. That way,
Yeah, I get to decide that.
yeah, everyone's hiring them to do the design. It's just I have spent hours and hours working with Kimberly Horn on Ingie's site, so they knew exactly what we expect. Bringing a new firm in, it's gonna be struggle bus number 2. So it will take weeks for me to see the reviews and fight through stuff.
Push.
The lady that we sat down and talked with, the last time they were here, was excited to use Kimberly Horn, so, I'm guessing that the higher-ups decided to change direction due to cost.
Maybe your higher ups need to get involved and
I
say no.
just simply, it's up to them to meet our requirements, so it will just slow them down is what it's gonna do. Because I'm gonna review it, say no, they're gonna have to fix it, and that's the cycle gonna be. So,
Do you want the commissioners to get involved in that?
I would not get involved with that section of it. I would try and, I know we've talked a little bit about these agreements. One thing I was gonna tell you is, the last go-through, we wouldn't put them on drainage board until the agreements were signed, or agreed upon. So then they made it to the drainage board phase and stormwater phase. Making it through that public hearing as site plan, then they made it to planning commission. So if we're talking about making those agreements approvable, only 2 of them out of the 4, I think that's still gonna hold us up, because I don't think we wanna take it to drainage board until all those agreements are met. There's no reason to. If you guys aren't good with it, there's no reason for me to keep pushing. But while you're getting these agreements together, they should continue their engineering, because it's gonna take them probably 4 months or better to get through these iterations. So I personally don't care, but I do like how we've set up the process, that the agreements come first, then drainage board, then stormwater permit, and then planning commission. It seems to work that way.
I agree, that should be the process, I think.
Yep. So if we can't come to terms on this road use agreement, I simply say, they give us what they want to do, we say no to it and tell them where we expect them to build the roads to. And if they don't like it, then that's where we say, okay, well, I guess we're
done.
we're not agreeing. I guess we're
And
done.
I had a conversation with Colin this morning about the roads, and we were not close, and he wasn't happy, I wasn't happy. I think Brad met with him today and tried to smooth that over, but he called me and wanted to talk about the roads, and I said, I can't, you need to tell me how much you're paving and when. He said, I can't do that till you approve it. I said, well, I can't approve it till you give me that.
So I think that, in my mind, they tell us how much they want to do. If we don't like it, we say no and draw a line that what we expect. And we'll keep working closer to
I
that.
was
But
trying to
if
explain
we
to
can't
him
come to
you
that
can't do a
agreement,
quarter of a mile and then all of a sudden just go from a 20-foot road to 17. That's what I was trying to explain to him. And I don't know what, I need Amber. Amber's got the one that's got to tell me that it's okay. But I would like to potentially even, as a group, go out and see in the markings, because I want to understand how it works. Because we're going from a 20 down to a 17 at some point. I want to see how that works and how that would look.
I talked to him today, I told him that was not gonna work.
but I guess what I'm getting after is, I agree with what you're wanting to see. I agree with all of that. It's just, we have to draw those lines to begin with.
Right. It would-
He wants it here, we want it there. Okay, now we have starting points.
We don't have that.
That's the problem. We gave them, we need that road use agreement map. Amber asked for, where's your entrances coming? They gave us a map back saying, we want to use these roads. And she said, okay, tell me where the entrances are at. And they never gave us that. So we're waiting on them to provide that to Amber so we can move forward with,
It was like
this
the
isn't
ball's
going
in
to
their
work.
court.
Yes, I personally think the ball's in their court right now. They got to provide Amber what she asked. And if we don't get to that line, we don't have, done. We don't have to do anything else.
That needs to be conveyed to Boston Airport.
Any other projects you have?
No, the only things of note to say is that we have one permit that has been transferred to the city of Kokomo following annexation. That was the 50 East, 450 North Pond Fill project. So now that is under their jurisdiction. And then we've issued 8 exemptions for less than an acre of land disturbance during this quarter. Any questions there? All right. That leads us down to the last point, which is municipal, or good housekeeping, municipal operations, pollution prevention. So not a lot of updates here. I went down to a facility a couple weeks ago in Evansville. It was a brand-new highway facility that they built down there. So I went there with the MCM6 subcommittee for one of the conferences that we attend, which is a NAFSM, the Indiana Association for Floodplain and Stormwater Management. And that was really great. In fact, I brought home a couple things that we're likely going to have to do at our facility. Following the building of our new salt barn, likely going to need to see containment around the brine tank is, I think, the main thing I took away from that. So we have that new brine tank over there. They said that when they had the state come, they were told that they needed to build a concrete containment in case that was to spill. So looks like that's something we might need to look at in the future for County Highway. I'll bring that up during my quarterly inspection that I perform over there, which is coming up here within the next few weeks. And then we're planning on doing an employee training for County Highway here in the fall. That's all I've got on that. So any questions there?
Okay, very good, thank you.
Okay, yep.
Anything else? Greg, you got anything?
Off the top of my head, I do not. On stormwater.
Have anything? I do not. You good?
Good.
Yep.
Guess we'll entertain a motion to adjourn then.
So move.
Second.
Motion to adjourn, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.